Besides 8 solo albums, you've released 5 albums with Ninth Wonder and 3 LPs with Slug as Feld. You seem like a perfect artist to work with. What is your secret behind it, and how could you describe your work ethic?
A very hard to work with, but no, I love working with other people because I love to learn from other people, like samurais sharpening their skills. So I learned a lot from Ninth Wonder, I learned a lot from Fashion, I learned a lot from Slug, I learned a lot from the living legends. So I try to make it a learning experience every time I work with someone. Anthony, Grouch, Aesop, just trying to, you know, get better at being a rapper, perfecting my craft. And yeah, my work ethic comes from my great-grandparents, my mom, my grandfather, all very hard workers.
Okay, and you've also released an album with Terrace Martin. So what's the story behind this record, and have you been friends before that?
Terrace, I met Terrace during, well, I met him, he used to date a girl from my neighborhood. His first baby's the mother of his child. She lived next door to me growing up, so I knew him kind of through that, and then we connected on music. And we're basically very similar, except for like when I was hanging out with The Good Life and Freestyle Fellowship, Project Blowed, he was hanging out with Death Row, but we were always the youngest guys in those scenes. And now, you know, he's connected me with DJ Quick and Corrupt, and I've connected him with Ninth Wonder, and then we both have been working with Kendrick for, you know, Absol, J-Rock, a lot of new kids, Il Camille, trying to think of who else, Problem, Bad Luck, like, he's introduced, we've just meshed our worlds together. Between us, there's really nobody in LA that you can't really know. And him by himself, he doesn't really need me. He's just a legendary dude. And he's an excellent jazz musician. He plays for Quincy Jones, Herbie Hancock. So when we did Melrose together, it was just coming out of us being in the studio for Murs For President. And we just started wilding out and doing like talking about girls and getting drunk. And we just made a whole album about it. It was just fun for us. Yeah, so I love, that's my brother, Terrace Martin, is a really good, his new album, 3 Chord Fold, is amazing.
Okay, and is Melrose a place that you visit a lot during the year?
Yeah, I think Melrose is definitely like a place where a lot of kids go, and whether you're from, you know, anywhere around the LA area, Southern California, you go there to get fresh and see hot girls. It's just, you know, so yeah, I spent a lot of time, you know, a lot of brands started there. Shout out to Barracuda, Johnny Cupcakes, US Alterations. So it's, you know, a lot of our friends and family. Fat Beats was on Melrose.
Okay, and for people who visit LA for the first time, what are the places that you would tell them to visit, like they have to go there?
I think you should go to, it used to be, it's closed now for reconstruction, but Earl's Grill on Crenshaw is a good place. Used to be on Crenshaw and Exposition. I don't know where it's going to be when it opens again. Melrose is a good place to visit. There's Johnny Cupcake store. Go to the Diamond store on Fairfax, the OF store on Fairfax. Man, it's great food everywhere. To go to Real Food Daily, Chili Addiction Bistro on La Cienega. There's so many places. So many. Eminem Soul Food, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle on Pico. That's where I'm from in my neighborhood. Don't go to the Hollywood one. Go to the one on Pico. Randy's Donuts. Gilbert's El Indio restaurant on West LA, Taco Tuesdays, $1 tacos, cheap beer. Yeah, man, there's so much to do, man. You can't go wrong. Go to the beach, get in the water. You know, it's a beautiful city. Go to a Dodger game.
And what are the places not to visit?
Go everywhere. If you're a tourist, you can go everywhere. No one's gonna think you're a gangbanger. So people say like, don't go to Compton and all. It's not. They don't bother you if you're not a gang, and you're not. Don't take your camera out, you know, or your iPhone. But you know, drive everywhere. See how everybody lives, man. We're all human beings. You know, get that experience if you want to. Don't go there trying to like be cool or be tough, but don't let people scare you. It's life. We're all human beings. You know, just be safe and don't go with flashy clothes. Yeah. You'll be fine. Tell them I'm from Poland. What's Compton like? You know what I mean? What's up? And they'll probably be like, you're from where? Why'd you come here?
Where is that?
Yeah, exactly. And you just have a human experience, man. Nobody's out to rob you or rape you or shit like that. Like, you don't have, like, I'm a broke kid from Poland, I'm on vacation. What the fuck's up? Let's smoke some weed, you know, whatever. Yeah, it might be cool, it might be scary, I don't know. But that's how I grew up, man.
Right. Your last solo album, Yumiko, Curse of the Marriage Girl, was released with a special comic book. Was it something that you always wanted to do, or did it all come out kind of spontaneously?
Always wanted to make a comic book. I love comic books. I love telling stories. So when I met Josh from Devil's Due, he didn't want to make a comic book, but I was like, fuck you, we're gonna make one. And it was a dream, and thanks to Kickstarter and all my fans, we were able to do it, and then Duck Down put it out on iTunes for us. So I'm really happy, and hopefully Fat Beats will put out some vinyl for us.
What were your favorite comics and comic books when you were growing up?
Growing up, I love Valiant comics, Archer and Armstrong, Harbinger, Solar Man and Atom, Exo Man of War, stuff like that. All Marvel comic books. Guardians of the Galaxy was always my favorite. Black Panther, Image comic books. You know, I just love. Now I still read probably 55 comic books a month.
And as far as cartoons, for example?
Oh man, everything. I love everything. Thundercats, Transformers, Silverhawks, fucking Macross, Robotech. Every. I love them. I'm a big kid.
And out of all the solo albums you've released thus far, which one is the most special to you and why?
I don't know, man. I have a lot. The one that changed my life was probably Murs 316, the 9th edition. My wife, who probably knows me better than anybody, her favorite album is the Merchant Fashion album. She thinks that's the most me, like people get to see the real me on that. I like Sweet Laura with Ninth Wonder because it never really came out. It's just kind of like an underground thing, and we did it at his house. And I love his daughter Jada was just born. I really got to bond with her over that time and his families. You know, all those records with Ninth are really special because I just got to hang out with a lot of fans. But I really got to know his dad and his mom on that trip.
And how important was Murs For President City for your further career?
I don't think sales-wise it didn't sell as much as the Murs 316 or Murray's Revenge, but it was very important because a lot of commercial rappers started to pay attention to me after I was on a major label. That's how it's like a fraternity. Now you're in. Oh, we can talk to you. Now everybody's my friend. You know. It put me on a lot of different people's radars. So it made, and that was good to get to meet Busta Rhymes and, but a lot of them knew about me from before, like Tribe Called Quest. Have Q-Tip come up to me and I see, we were on Rock the Bells and they told us, no one talks to Tribe Called Quest, leave them alone, let them in. So I just trying to mind my business. And I see Q-Tip and I'm like, hey, he's like, come here. He grabbed me, he's like, motherfucker, I was like, you're the best, man. Like, he's my favorite rapper. So he's like, you're the best, you're the shit, you're the dope. And I was like, wanted to explode, so I think being I don't know if you heard about me because of Warner Brothers or whatever, but around that time touring that record, I got to go on tour with Tech 9. A lot of people I admire got to meet and showed me a lot of love and respect, so.
Okay, and did you ever imagine working with Snoop Dogg before it actually happened, or was it something too big even for your dreams? Yeah, nah, it was just crazy, man. I'm more of a Snoop Dogg fan after Doggy Style, like the Dog Father. I love that album. I love all the East Siders albums. I'm a big fan of gangster rap, so having Snoop Dogg on my record was like No Limit Top Dog's probably one of my favorite Snoop Dogg records. He's probably one of the greatest rappers ever. So yeah, the fact that I got to be on a song, that's all thanks to Terrace and Stampede Management. And since your debut album For Real dropped in 1997, you've been in a lot of labels, both small and major. And would you agree with Q-Tip's line, industry rule number 4080, record company people are shady? Definitely. People are shady, but record companies are shady. I've met some very nice people working at Warner Brothers, but definitely the major label people. I was like this, Warner Brothers' biggest act, probably one of their biggest acts, Red Hot Chili Peppers. For them to get paid, they have to audit Warner Brothers every 8 years. Warner Brothers won't pay them what they're supposed to get paid. They have to send lawyers in and their accountants and force Warner Brothers to pay them. They're not in the business of paying artists. They're in the business of making you famous if they can, and keeping the money. So you get fame, and what you do with that fame, how many people's lives you change, or how you invest that fame and turn it into opportunities is up to you. But they're definitely trying to sneak and not pay you as much as they can. And as far as doing shows, do they get the money from your shows as well, or only the sales? A lot of new artists are doing that. I never did that. that's another reason I had to leave Warner Brothers, because they knew I wasn't going for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely now taking a lot of money from people's shows and merchandise, T-shirts, you know. But you have to be smart.
So they're basically robbing the new artists.
Yeah, it's like a slave deal. I mean, well, they feel like fans are robbing them because they're stealing the music off the internet. So now they have to come up with new ways to rob the artists. So the record companies they're not going to lose out, and the fans aren't going to lose out. It's the artist that loses out all the time. But like I said, you get your fame and you get your moment to shine and to be an artist, and you get to be heard and you get to connect with people. So I never care about that shit, man. If I wanted to make money, I would be a banker. You know what I mean? I want to make art. I'm an artist. All these rappers that rap about, I sold 1 million. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many I sell. Like, I know that I changed people's lives with my music, and I get to meet cool people and travel the world. Fuck money. Fuck everything. It's about your human experience.
And if you had to give some advices to some new and upcoming artists, what not to do and what to do when they come into business, what would you say?
There's, like I said, there's people who are concerned about making money. If you're in this to make money, you got to study the business and listen to people and ask. I ask a lot of questions. I ask everybody I can. I talk to people. I read. It's very important. Even if you're going to be a rapper, you have to read in order to write. Peter, are you going back to the hotel?
Yeah.
Right now?
I just out now.
You going home?
20 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes?
50 minutes.
15 minutes?
50.
50? You go to the hotel though?
To the center and back.
Can I go with you?
Yeah.
All right, I have to work on my check. I didn't understand a lot of that. Oh, he's leaving right now. Shit. Okay. Oh well. Advice for up and coming rappers, man. Just, you know, listen, learn, and if you're doing it for art, just know that the money will come. You know what I mean? Make opportunities. I created paid dues, and that makes me money. You know, I create different things to make me money. Am I right? Just be creative and work hard. You'll find ways to make a living if it's meant to be. But you have to be in it because for the right reasons. If you're not in it for the right reasons, it's not gonna work out. And maybe it's not for you. That's another thing, is realizing, like, if you're not making any progress, you're probably meant to do something else. God has another plan for you, and that's okay too. Just be a fan and love the culture and find other ways to contribute. We need fans more than everything. All these people here are the most important people. Last night I just went and walked around and talked and checked out a couple of Czech groups and like listened to some DJs, because being out there with the people is what it's really about, man. Fans are the most important part of this. Everybody wants to be on stage, but I like being in the crowd.
You have released some very dope videos thus far. Which one did you like shooting the most? Where you had the most fun?
Probably Risky Business. My first video I shot was Shock G and Humpty Hump, because that was one of my favorite rappers, and one of my good friends was in. I got to bring my whole. I don't bring like people from my neighborhood, from my neighborhood. Like, I bring my rap friends, but I usually don't bring my neighborhood because they're real gangbangers and they fuck shit up. But for that video, I brought all my gangbanger friends, all my weed selling friends, all my all my homies from my neighborhood. No matter what the bad ones, the good ones. And we all went to this mansion and got drunk and had a bunch of girls, and one of my real good friends died shortly after that. But his daughters, now I take care of them, and I help take care of them, and they still get to see their dad in that video, and we had such a good time together, so it's one of my most special memories.
And do you think that the peace treaty that you talked about on this generation album is possible in the near future, and is the situation changing in the recent years or not at all?
It's changing on some levels. It's not as serious, you know, it's kind of become a business. There's a lot of rappers who have to pay to come to LA, and they have to pay gangbangers to not get beat up. So, yeah, a lot of guys who talk all that shit as soon as they get to LA. So it's good business for a lot of guys, real street guys, so I like that. And a lot of people are learning to get along to make money. Another different example is Black Hippie, you know, like Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, Absol, Kendrick, they're all from different neighborhoods, but they come together in peaceful and they make great music and they make a lot of money, and it's a good example. But I always tell people who don't know, it's kind of like the Middle East, like Jews and Muslims. And it's not about territory, it's not about anything other than blood. Like, some Muslims killed your cousin, now you're upset, you want to go back. People try to make it about drugs. In LA, it's not about drug money, it's not about
really territory, because my neighborhood's been the same size. It's the same 20 blocks it's always been. We've been fighting and killing for years. And nothing grows. It's not like an empire where it grows. It's just really bad blood between people. Oh, they beat me up. I jumped them, then they shot me, so I shot them back. And then it just, you grow up hating. Somebody shot your uncle. You're going to hate those guys for the rest of your life. Nothing I can say can make that okay. So I never ask people to be at peace. I suggest it, but I understand if you can't forgive, because it takes a lot. It takes a God spirit to forgive. And if God didn't put that in your heart, you know, people have been at war since the beginning of time. I have a lot of respect for real gangbangers and what they do and what they go through. My thing is just don't be fake. I always tell my little homies, like, if you're gonna be a gangbanger, if something happens to me, I wanna know that you're gonna come shoot them. Don't be fake. Like, be for real, be out here, be active if that's what you wanna do. Because, you know, that's what you do, but don't, a lot of people are all talk. There's not really, I never met a lot of real killers in my life. There's very few. And the ones that I meet, they're not the ones that, when you're scared, you drive by, you shoot, you kill a little kid. That's bullshit. The dudes I know and I respect are the dudes that know their enemies and walk right up on them, shoot them face to face, you know, like, or fight them face to face. It's not about, a lot of people glamorize it, it becomes a trend. And I think what I see in LA is becoming less trendy. There's still a lot of real gangbangers, and those ones leave me out of it because they know I don't have anything to do with it. Those are the ones I respect because I don't, you know, I want to be peaceful with everybody. But the people who try to bully people, that's bullshit. But a lot of that's dying down. It's just about real money and real crime. And there's crime in Poland just like there's crime in Russia. There's always crime, there's always gangsters, there's always criminals. And I respect them for what they do. It's a part of life. You can't have good without evil. And true good people, I think, can recognize evil and respect it. And I think it's just when you start talking that shit is when you get in trouble. And you have to pay, either pay like this, or pay with like this, or pay with your life, one or the other. I just, you know, peace for me all the time.
And regarding that, do you think that the talk that has been going on for the past couple of years about changing the gun laws, could it possibly stop the violence or something?
I think what's gonna stop the violence is Americans need to stop being so fucking greedy. Like that's what's gonna stop the violence. Like, has nothing to do with guns. You could have 1,000,000 guns. If you have peaceful people, you have to change people's hearts and their soul. You know what I mean? There's people on TV making songs about kill you motherfucker and I kill you and I kill you. Like that's not good. It doesn't matter if there's no guns or no, you know. I don't think it's a violent culture. It's not the guns that are killing people, it's people. So, I mean, I grew up with people all around guns, so I don't care how, like, the people in the Midwest and the white people, they're like, the government's trying to take your guns, you know? When the riots happened in 1992 and all the gangsters started shooting in the streets and crazy and the LAPD got scared and disappeared, they sent in the National Guard. And I calm everything down. I don't care how many guns you have. When the U.S. Army wants to shut you the fuck down, it's fucking over. Fuck your AK-47. They got a fucking tank and a plane and a nuclear missile, you fucking idiot. The government's not trying to take our weapons because they're scared of us. They're trying to take our weapons because people are irresponsible and stupid. That's the only thing. But the more they talk about reforming the gun laws, gun sales go up. Because people go, oh shit, they're gonna take them away. So it's just really a ploy from gun lobbyists to get people to buy more guns. Because they say, Obama's gonna take your guns. Oh, I'm gonna go buy 10 right now. And bullet shells go up. That's all it is. It's not, they're never gonna take it. It's America. We were built on violence and guns. They came and took the land from the Native Americans, like with guns. Then they fought the British with guns. Like that's America's, the Wild West. Gangbangers, like, and they try to blame it on black kids. Like motherfucker, we came as slaves. We learned to be violent. From you, from Europeans, from the Europeans that came to America and murdered. So they're never gonna take our guns. I'm okay with it. Like I'm not scared of the militia. I'm not scared of gangbangers. It's a part of life, man. There's always gonna be. I'm into talking to kids and getting them to grow up to not want guns and to be peaceful and resolve this. That's the future. The idiots that have guns now and the smart people that everybody has guns now are gonna keep them. So keep your guns. I'm gonna buy one. Fuck it. And then after Trayvon Martin, I want my son to have a gun. Where we live in Arizona, it's legal. So we're gonna stand our ground too if that's how they want to do it.
And since you mentioned you live in Arizona, what are the things that you miss the most about your hometown?
Dodger games, the beach, and the food. That's mostly it.
And what are your craziest memories from being on tour?
Oh man, got in a fight. I got head on the dance floor in Japan. Man, A couple fights, yeah. The fights, the arguments, the girls, the shows, the cities I've seen, the people I met. You know, I made some good friends all around the world. I have family, Australia. I've got family in in Denmark. Now I have like Paris. I've got good friends. You know, so I just love. Most of all, I love meeting people, meeting the fans, hearing their stories, having a girl tell me about growing up in East Germany, what that was like in a communist country. That just sitting and having a drink with her and talking for 2 hours in Leipzig is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that makes my life better.
So, and what are the places that you like the most when you visited them, and you would love to go back there?
Man, everywhere, because I meet good people everywhere. Hip hop brings out so many good people. I like to go everywhere and see what hip hop's like in Poland. I want to see what hip hop's like in Russia, in India. Like I just want to see it and meet the people and make a connection. So I mean, as far as weather, I like Australia the most because it's kind of like Cali and it's not so violent and it's beautiful. So if I retire anywhere, maybe Australia, and they still speak English. But I like Brazil. I'm not done yet, so I don't know yet. I haven't been to Warsaw. Maybe I want to move there.
Yeah.
But I don't like the cold, so.
And was it hard to come out with a positive laid-back image in the 2000s when the West Coast scene was kind of dominated by more aggressive and violent lyrics?
Yeah, it was difficult, man. I always tell people, it's harder to be one person against all the gangs than it is to be in a gang. Gangsters think they're tough, but you have a lot of people to back you up. I was just by myself, fighting Bloods, Crips, Essays, the police. Like it was just me and my little crew of rappers, and a lot of my friends that couldn't fight. So I was the only one that could fight because I come from the hood. But I was like, so that's why I just grew up and decided to stay with my gangster friends. I was like, at least I know they'll fight. I don't want to go out with my rapper friends. But it was hard, man, because a lot of gangsters always try to bully the peaceful people, like the Rastas, and they're like, and I was like, look, man, I look like this, but you're not gonna bully me, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up, or I'll call my homeboys and they'll fuck you up. So it was really difficult, because I was like, you know, and then as I got to travel, I was like, man, LA, we have good weather, we have a good weed, we have beautiful women. Why do these guys all want to get in a club and fight each other? This is stupid. Like so it was hard, but now it's like getting back to the point where everybody's just partying. Bloods party with Crips, party with, because it's about money and having a good time. If you're young, just make some money so that you got money for your family. Date some girls, find your wife, like drink with your homeboys and have fun. Like, you know, like I go to bars in Australia, guys get drunk, date some girls, punch each other in the face, and then the next night they're back out having falafel together. It's okay, like you don't have to kill this person. Yeah. So in the mid-90s it was hard, but you know, Alcoholics, Far Side, Freestyle Fellowship, Exhibit, a lot of those dudes really, you know, helped set a path. And I felt like I'd kind of put a path where the same thing, where I was like, I'm hip hop, but I rap about Walk Like a Man is about one of my homeboys getting shot, but it's over like Ninth Wonder beats, so it's a little more hip hop. So I was trying to bring the same up. I wasn't glorifying gangster stuff, but I still rap about being, when you hear my music, you know all I talk about is LA shit. I don't, but a lot of people did it they sound like Nas, or a lot of West Coast rappers, you hear them, you're like, where are they from? Or they see their video and it looks like, wait, what, who are you, where are you? Me, I was always been Dodgers till I die, always West Coast, but I don't gotta sound like Snoop Dogg and I don't gotta sound like Nas. I'm gonna sound like me and I'm gonna create my own lane. And I think now you have Odd Future, Kendrick, Dom Kennedy, like everybody from the West Coast sounds different. They have their own sound, but you still know they're from the West Coast, and that's what counts to me.
And what's the story behind you joining the White Mandingos group and the album you released with them, The Ghetto Was Trying to Kill Me?
It's just about Daryl and Sasha calling me up and asking me to be a part of the group. I was honored. They're both legends. Sasha's a legendary musician, and Daryl's a legendary hardcore rapper. I mean, not rap, bass player from DC, from Bad Brains. So it made sense.
And what is your biggest musical achievement thus far?
Wow, my music. I mean, I think starting Pay Dues was probably my biggest achievement, because it's helped change a lot of people's lives and changed my life the most. It enabled me to, you know, do a lot of things and meet a lot of people.
And do you think that the moves you make behind the scenes are more important than what you say and do on the records? And when the public sees you, like even when you mentioned pay dues, you make a lot of contacts and you can use them maybe after making music. And
yeah, I don't ever use it like that. Like I never ask Kendrick to be on my album or ask Macklemore to be on my album. When I call him for a show, that's show business. It's not about me. I just try to. If they ask me, it's okay, but I never use pay dues like that.
What is the most important song you've ever written and why?
Wow, I'm probably gonna say Animal Style because it had an effect in my life, and it was an important song for me to do for people that are close to me, and I think it changed a couple people's lives, and it really seems to have a positive effect on some people, and it changed some people's mind about an important issue about homophobia, and opened up, you know, a couple people. I don't know if it helped thousands or millions or two, but it helped push that further because I think that's a very big issue in the world right now.
You have released a lot of albums and duos with other artists. So is there any artist that you would love to make a full album with if you had a chance, but never kind of had a chance yet?
Tupac, Bob Marley. Other than that, no more. I don't think I'm gonna do any more collaborations. That's it for me. I'm just gonna focus on. I want to focus on acting and just being a solo rapper and focusing on. I've learned a lot from different senseis all around the world. Now it's time to just like. I'm towards the end of my career, finishing it out, and I want to, you know, to maybe do 3 or 4 more albums and really focus just on acting and getting my solo songs together. Studying more. I'm learning to play the banjo. Learning another language, because all my time I spend, like I just like to work, so I work with anybody, but now instead of working with other people, I just adopted 2 kids, so I'm like raising my kids, teaching myself to play a little banjo, speak a little Portuguese, and working on acting, and that's enough.
Okay, so one last question, would you like to add something for your Polish fans?
Yes, please, invite me to Poland to rap, to Warsaw. Please when it's warm, not when it's cold. And let's drink Polish beer and have a good time. How do you say cheers in Polish?
Piona.
Milna?
Piona.
Bilna?
Piona.
Bilna. Bilna. Let's drink and turn up, have fun. I'm coming in the summer. In the summer. You're gonna invite me to perform at your house.
Okay.
You're gonna bang on the table and I'm gonna rap. And then
Okay, we'll be in touch. Okay, thanks a lot, man. Much respect.
Make sure you got the audio.